What's up, guys? It's your boy Mosa back with another video for the homies at the Homies Hub. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, turn on the notification bell. If you're not in the Discord, jump in the Discord so you can be up to date with my day-to-day living and managing. Hop in the Patreon if you would like to see content that is not too safe for YouTube. And please feel free to donate to the Cash App as we build out the Homies Hub directory website and platform. Thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy the video. So I got this list of topics to talk about, right? And it's basically dealing with chicas, analyze early or you'll pay more later. Women are always playing the game. And if she changes any of your plan to suit her, leave, right? And I thought instead of trying to make this into four different videos, I think I can condense all of this into one video. And I think you guys can definitely agree. And this applies for dating, locally, domestically in the US, or you're dating overseas. I think it's very important that men understand these things early, right? So let's just talk about dealing with chicas. Number one, when you're dealing with women, a lost concept and like an understanding that I can see that a lot of early biblical and um, religious texts understood was that they understood woman's nature, and there was a reason which they thought was best why they restricted a lot of access that women had. See, naturally, women are very seductive and sexual. They may even be more seductive and sexual than men. And a lot of their nature, which it's natural for them to be seductive and sexual, but a lot of that is driven by their need for things or security. A lot of it is security because they have to raise their young. They have to protect and nurture the next generation that is to come. So survival is one of their biggest, biggest internal concerns instinctually. Now, with that being said, how she accomplishes that aspect of her nature now falls into how she was nurtured, right? What she finds acceptable, the different ways that she tries to achieve, whether it's resources or romances, depending on where she is in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is something to keep in mind. So when you're dealing with them, you have to go through a psychological perspective. You cannot go through your own perspective, and you cannot go through the perspective of Disney Channel and whatever romantic books that you've been reading. Psychology, in my personal opinion, is the best way to understand women and deal with women because it'll save you the heartache when you understand that a lot of this is biological programming. So, one of the things you should do is you should analyze early before you pay more later. And a lot of men get with women because of our sexual urges, desires, loneliness that we use this woman to fill a gap in. And then suddenly she becomes, a consistent counterpart of ours. And one of the things that you need to understand as a man, even about your own nature and your own nurture, is that the more time you invest with a woman, the more you're going to be drawn to her, the more you're going to develop feelings with her because naturally it's our job to provide. So when you spend time providing protection, finance, emotional support, or just your genuine physical presence, you don't even know that you are literally investing your heart and your emotions into this woman, even if your mind tells you that this is not the woman for me. Your actions and the things you are doing are speaking to your instincts differently and much more effectively than your thoughts are. So now let's say you've gotten to the point where you say you're going to marry this woman. You're a couple years in, the butterfly feelings have kind of faded away, and now you're just fulfilling your duty as the husband and the provider, which is something that gets outlined as a must do in this generation. And that burden of performance instantly gets put on you as the man, but it gets alleviated from the women because we do the whole happy wife happy life, which to me is just social programming to put more burden and stress on the man's side and alleviate the stress on the women's side. Once you've married a woman, you've given her the most ultimate security that you can possibly give her. You've given her the commitment and the reassurance that you will spend the rest of your life providing resources and protection for this woman. But she can selectively choose when she's in the mood to give you certain things. And there's a running joke that I hear, like, there's no sexless man on earth like a, well, like a married man. There's no sexless man on earth like a married man. A man that has a wife, has a woman who can say to him she's not in the mood and carry that on 3 weeks. I feel sick. I'm tired. I'm working. Her burden of performance can be alleviated, but yours cannot. And now, if you were to step outside of that marriage to try to seek the fulfillment you're not getting from your wife, who had assured it to you in some way, shape, or form, which gave you the confidence to marry her, right? Because we don't understand women's nature. They lead with a certain mask at first, and then they uncover the mask as they get comfortable and more secure. She can now divorce you, leave you, and take half of your things, make it difficult for you to see your children or your kin or your legacy. She can do all of these things. And a lot of men try to pretend as if they couldn't see some of these things early in their relationship. But the truth is, us men, we like to ignore signs when the vibe and the feeling is right. And oh my gosh, don't let this woman be stunningly gorgeous and beautiful, and we feel like she's out of our league, right? We'll tolerate almost anything. And that's most of us. I think it's probably true for all of us, whether we want to selectively admit so or not. That's just what the situation is. But I mention this because if you could analyze this about your woman early, psychologically, you can save yourself a lot of the cost that you're going to incur when you get into the relationship with this woman and it does not work out. Most women are not incentivized to keep marriages alive and relationships alive. They're incentivized to have a ton of orbiters and a group of men that they consistently rotate for whatever their needs are. The Instagram photos and the thirst traps and even the selfies, even the ones that's not showing body but showing face, it's all mating calls. So we have to stop trying to act as if this is not what it is. Women are never going to tell the truth about their mating strategy because their mating strategy is incredibly selfish and it's offensive as a man, especially when you're providing so much. Woman monkey branch. And monkey branching is basically, how you climb up the monkey bars, you got to hold on to one bar before you jump onto the next. Women do this when they feel as if you're not stable enough or not giving her enough of what she wants. She'll hold on to you, she'll be present, but she's sticking her hand out to grab onto the next man, the next piece of security. And when she trusts that this man is going to be stable for her, she'll let go. And she'll grab that bar with two hands. And she'll do that for a while until she moves on to the next. It's especially nowadays, it's very unlikely that a woman is going to stay with one bar and stay in one place with a man when she has the ability, especially today, to move forward and to elevate up the chamber and up the ladder of hypergamy. Listen, kings, protect your heart. Stand firm on your value and your direction. In the interaction between you and another female, you are the leader. Under no circumstances should you be allowing a woman to lead you. Because if you allow a woman to lead you, she'll lead you off a cliff. Women are always playing games. It's a part of their mating strategy, it's a part of their survival strategy. Keeping you confused, unsure what's going on, but hoping for a chance to be with her puts her in the chair of power because she can control and manipulate the situation. This happens very slightly where you say you want to take her somewhere, she loses interest and makes another recommendation, and because you don't know your value or your purpose, you follow her. Or you set a clear, distinct rule about how you do things, and she tries to make a suggestion as to how you should handle something or do something that you have already executed before, maybe in the past, or you've planned out, or you have a strong idea about. These are women you need to run away from ASAP. A woman that's going to fit well into your mold, even though you still have to understand her nature, is a woman that's going to trust your judgment and trust what it is that you say that you're going to do. And you need to make sure that you do it, because they don't see things the way we see things. We see the potential of something, we see the possible outcomes of things. And even though they're extremely strategically calculated, they're calculated by the things they know they are able to execute. It's hard for them to have faith in you, which is typically why women choose men that have already won the race or are winning the race for security. I'm not talking about for leisure or for play or very low vibrational instinctive sexual attractiveness. We're talking about security and a thing that drives their nature and their nurture. Why women balance having a man that cannot provide anything for them with a man that can provide everything for them. Why they would prefer to keep both, right? And it makes you kind of question if monogamy was ever really a thing humans truly practice, or was this something that was enforced in a time period in our lives as human beings, and now that we're slowly starting to see it's unrealistic? I had a girl say to me one time, she said she would rather be in a situationship where she's sharing this man with multiple women than to be in a relationship where he has the duty and the obligation to provide for her and be sharing him with other women. Meaning, if she's going to share him with other women, her ego and her pride cannot allow her to be in something serious with this man, even though she still desires and requests all of the security that she wants as if they were together. In her head, it's a better trade off that she didn't throw away all her eggs and the possibilities of finding another man just to be with a man that would end up having multiple women anyway, because she wants the freedom to be able to monkey branch to other men without the obligation of needing to stay in one place. And her excuse, even though, you know, I don't buy it totally, her excuse is that, she won't have to commit to him. Therefore, she can tolerate it. Man, I just want you to protect your heart and understand the nature and the game that women are playing. I think we're going to end the video off here. I like to give these, a sweet spot listen. But if you guys would like longer form content, do let me know. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, comment, join the Discord, and feel free to tap into the Cash App and show support for the Homies Hub directory that we're building. I appreciate you guys. Take care. Love.